Usually when you put on, like, a pair of sunglasses, things just get a little darker. But imagine putting on a pair of glasses that actually warp reality.
Yeah.
You look at a friendly stray dog, and suddenly it looks like a snarling monster.
Right, and your brain would immediately flood your body with adrenaline. It's telling you to panic and run, even though, the dog is just wagging its tail.
Exactly. And that same false alarm happens when you're sitting in a boardroom or stuck in heavy traffic or dealing with a stressful family text. So, welcome to today's deep dive. We're looking at why our brains trick us into seeing monsters that aren't actually there.
Yeah, it's a mental trap known as emotional reasoning. And our insights today are from the MindFulGym program, which is this incredible evidence-based mindfulness initiative.
Created by consultant psychiatrist Dr. Phang, right?
Yes, exactly. And what makes it so brilliant is that it's customized specifically for our multi-ethnic Malaysian community. It turns mindfulness from like a quiet yoga mat practice into a practical survival skill you can use anywhere.
Okay, let's unpack this. Dr. Phang calls this specific trap ghost emotional reasoning. It's basically when we treat our temporary feelings as objective, factual proof.
Right, the old "I feel it, so it must be true" trap.
Yeah. But why do these emotional ghosts feel so undeniably real in the moment? I mean, it feels like actual reality.
Well, what's fascinating here is the evolutionary biology behind it. When you feel a strong emotion, it triggers a cascade of biochemical reactions. Your heart races, your breathing gets shallow.
You start sweating.
Exactly. And because your physical body is reacting so intensely, your ancient survival instincts just misfire. Your brain assumes this internal physical reaction proves there is an external undeniable danger.
So we're basically applying caveman survival responses to, like, modern non-lethal stressors.
Precisely.
So if I'm terrified before a big presentation at work or a tense family meeting, my brain translates that temporary fear into a concrete fact, like, I am definitely going to fail.
Yep.
It's the same logic a nurse might use when feeling an anxious spike before giving medication. She might assume she's utterly incompetent rather than just recognizing, hey, I'm under a lot of pressure right now.
Right. It's a classic cognitive misfire.
The feeling of terror is a real internal signal, yes.
Yeah.
But the predicted catastrophe,
Yeah.
that is just the ghost talking.
Or imagine driving down the federal highway in the pouring rain.
Oh, the worst.
Right. You feel nervous because the traffic is heavy, visibility is awful, and your brain immediately jumps to the conclusion, I am a terrible driver.
But I have to ask, and I'll play devil's advocate here. This feels a bit counterintuitive.
How so?
Well, we're constantly told in pop culture, in songs and movies, to trust our gut or follow our heart. If our emotions are such powerful signals, shouldn't we be listening to them?
That is a very fair point, and you absolutely should follow your heart, but there is a crucial caveat here. You only do that when your mind is calm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. When you're stressed, exhausted, or panicked, you've basically put those haunted glasses back on. The reality of the situation hasn't changed at all, but your perception is completely warped by the lenses of your anxiety.
Wow, okay. So you can't trust a storm to give you clear directions.
It's beautifully put, exactly.
So since we can't trust an uncalm heart, how do we actually calm the storm and, take those glasses off? Here's where it gets really interesting. MindfulGym gives us 3 practical ways to overcome the ghost.
Right, and it uses elements of cognitive behavioral therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, and self-compassion. Step 1 is always to regulate first.
The self-compassion piece.
Yes. Before you even try to logic your way out of the panic, you have to soothe your physiology. A great tool for this is the butterfly hug. You just cross your arms gently over your chest and alternate tapping your left and right shoulders.
There's actual science behind why this works, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's not just like a comforting gesture.
Correct. When you cross your arms and tap left and right, you're engaging in bilateral stimulation. It physically forces both hemispheres of your brain to process the moment.
Which downregulates your nervous system, right?
Yes, it pulls you right out of pure emotional panic. And to make it even more effective on the go, Dr. Phang suggests gently humming the Rasa Sayang song to yourself while you tap.
I love that. A quiet internal Rasa Sayang to physically bring the heart rate down. So once the body is calm, we move to step 2, which is to challenge it.
Right. This is cognitive behavioral therapy in action. We aren't blindly accepting the emotion anymore. We're actively auditing our thoughts.
Putting the emotion on trial, basically. Looking for actual evidence.
Exactly. You get a second opinion on what you feel. A great way to do this is to ask, what would a kind friend say about this situation?
Right. A friend wouldn't confirm that you're a terrible driver just because you're nervous in the rain on the highway.
No, they'd point out that the roads are slippery and literally anyone would feel tense.
Which leads perfectly to step 3. Unhook. This draws from acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT.
Yeah, the mechanism here is diffusion. You learn to observe the feeling without absorbing it.
So you can acknowledge, like, I am having an anxious thought right now, without letting that thought drive the car.
Exactly. And these tools are incredibly practical. I mean, you can use them in the hospital ward, the office pantry, or right at your steering wheel.
So what does this all mean? Let's distill this into 3 main messages. Number 1, your feelings are real physical signals, but they are not always facts.
Right.
Number 2, regulate your physiology first, using tools like bilateral stimulation. And 3, always get a second opinion on your own fearful thoughts.
Just take the glasses off before you try to read the situation.
So here's your call to action for today. The next time you feel a massive wave of panic before a meeting, just pause. Cross your arms, give yourself a gentle Rasa butterfly hug, and regulate your nervous system before reacting.
It really makes a difference.
It does. And I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. If our terrifying negative emotions are often just ghosts lying to us, how often are overly confident positive emotions doing the exact same thing?